That's it.
His defense was the Force. You can imagine how it went.
Yeah. You just make fucking.
What if it worked?
You just make Palpatine fingers at someone and hope it works out.
You're pretty close. Yeah.
Dude, what if he'd gotten?
Which, by the way, in Star Wars,
actual lightning had came out of his hands. Like I'd be on board then.
Has there ever been like a bigger flub than like not telling Luke about the lightning?
That's a dark side of the Force power, seemingly.
No one said anything. They were like, "You must be careful around Vader, Luke. He is unbelievably powerful. He's great with the lightsaber." And then, like later that night, like Obi-Wan's like waking up, like, should I have mentioned the lightning fingers? Fuck, I probably should have mentioned that. It's a big part of his strategy.
I don't think Vader had lightning fingers, right?
The Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine. Yeah.
Because if I were Luke, I would have been like, "Whoa, this guy's like way stronger than I am."
Yeah, he didn't react to it at all. Like when the Emperor first does it and like shocks him so badly he collapses in pain, he wasn't like, "The fuck was that? It burns, Dad. What was that?" No,
this is how they keep you from joining our side. They don't tell you about the cool lightning ability, which only we.
I'd have been like 17-year-old Woody. Nope. No,
no, this is gay.
I would have pulled the thing I did at the nightclub. I would have taken his helmet and thrown it and changed outfits. He couldn't find
Throw his helmet, run the other way, take off your cloak. That's the move.
I'm watching Andor right now, which is the Star Wars. It's the prequel to Rogue One. It's basically it's like political and it's like a spy thriller where they're trying to what it's going to end up being is they're acquiring the plans for the Death Star that eventually Princess Leia sends on to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke when they're sitting there and the hologram pops up. You're only hope, Obi-Wan. It's trying to get those Death Star plans to them, but it's 2 seasons. I watched it when it came out and I thought it was boring and slow. I think I was just in a bad mood or a funk or something because I've been just binge watching it this week and it's so good. It's really good. It's not a kid's show. And I'm loving that so much. And it's not overly woke. Like there isn't a coven of black lesbian witches making Force children. Which is
You're not even making that up. That was a thing.
That's a thing. Yeah. In this, it's like you've got Cassian Andor and like he's like undercover secret agent man. And if the Empire catches him, they're going to torture him to death. So anytime he's in a tight spot, somebody sees his face, some guy starts talking like, "Hey, we could just take the money and leave, me and you. You know, they're in there dealing with their shit. 40 million a piece, eh?" He quick draws his fucking blaster pistol and shoots them in the face. And he's the good guy. And I love that. I love that it's dark and it's gritty and nobody's got the Force. There's no Force lightning. There's no magic. There's no Jedi. They mentioned the Emperor a couple times, but it's kind of the way we mentioned Trump. It's like, the Emperor will be hearing of this personally. We don't see him. We don't see any bullshit. It's just political drama, where they're trying to like raise money for the rebellion to be. The rebellion's just getting off of its getting going, and it's like spy shit. And I like the spy shit a lot. And I know how it ends because Rogue One is the end of this story. The movie Rogue One, and I think I'm like 4 episodes into season 2. There's 12 episodes per season, but I highly recommend it. I know I shit on it when it came out, but I gave it another chance, and it's great. It's great.
Is Rogue One the one you liked? I feel like you liked one.
Rogue
of the
One is
Star
awesome,
Wars, right?
That's my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's my favorite Star Wars movie too. It's and again, it's because there's not. I think Vader shows up at the end.
Oh, that's the best part of the movie. Yeah. It's not, but like that
because they save him for the end.
Oh, fucking hell, dude! That's such a fan service moment, an earned fan service moment because
he's
that's
coming down that hallway.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude!
They've got the plans and like the hallway's full of the good guys, and we've got like the secret plans, and we got to get them like back down that hallway. But Vader's coming for us, and he's force choking people. He's slamming them into walls. He's cutting them in half with his lightsaber. He's just steady walking through men while they're just like giving their lives so that the plans can make it a foot further, a soldier further as the try to get him out of there. That was a great scene.
Yeah, I'm a huge
is
sucker
that Jude
for
Law. Who there's a
I think it's Jude Law. I think I know what you're talking about, like a big cameo with one of those soldiers. I think it is Jude Law.
Oh, I was gonna say so I'm a sucker for the droids. And I'm in movies the things that'll make me like tear up and really cry are pets who are like there for their master, like giving it all they got, and maybe getting hurt or dying for their master, and those Star Wars droids, which are essentially robo dogs that love you with personalities. Like the droid in Andor has a stutter.
No.
And like the Cassian Andor is always away doing spy shit, and the droid is like, where's Cassian at? Is Cassian coming home? Like he's like cute. And I'm like, I hope nothing happens to that droid. And like halfway through it, somebody kicks him over, and I'm like, oh no, you didn't. You did not kick that fucking droid. He is a champion. like I'm feeling like they've raped. They're like trying to rape women. They're like murdering children and hanging people in the public square. But when they slap the droid,
when they hurt the droid's feelings, that was a bit too far.
It was too far because they're just like they're like pure on the inside. Like they're just good. But there's a really good droid in Rogue One. That big, tall, like
the goofy one. He's great.
Those are always the moments that have me fucking tearing up and crying over there, trying to hide my tears from my girlfriend because I'm crying over fucking BB-8. I'm not exaggerating when I say Andor is almost as good as those shows. Like it's Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. I think it's Rotten Tomatoes is 96% or something.
Will the Kyle 10 years from now affirm this, or is this maybe its own little bit of?
No,
hype?
I really do think so, and also it's expensive, and it I think they spent $300 million a season or something like that on Andor. It's beautiful. The special effects are great. Like the costumes are amazing.
I didn't like Andor season 1, which is what I saw. Yeah. And it's almost like it's two different seasons, like before and after they go in the factory of making widgets. Like
there's only one episode with the prison episode.
Well, it couldn't have been one episode.
Two episodes like tops.
4. Really?
I think it's 2 episodes in the prison with Andy Serkis is there at the prison. He kills it. Andy Serkis is like the head prisoner. He's the one telling you how things are here in this awful Star Wars prison. I like all of it. Like there's never a time when they cut to a group of characters because there's maybe 6 different like character groups, spread around that sort of intersect and weave amongst one another. But I'm never like, oh, it's this guy again. I like them all. I'm so into it. As soon as I'm done here, I'm like, I'm gonna sit down with dinner and watch more of season 2. Yeah,
it's been 3 years, but do they leave? Is there a lot of show that happens after they get out of the prison?
So after the prison, Cassian has to make his way back home for his mother's funeral, and there's a huge like shootout / like uprising that happens at his hometown there on Ferris, where like the people rise up at his mother's funeral, and all the characters have shown up. They've all like come full circle, and they're here at this funeral parade. And Cassian's sneaking around, and the Empire's trying to catch him. And that wormy Cyril guy who's like super into that incredibly severe blonde lady with the mole on her face. Mm-hmm. They're both there, but they don't know that each other is there. And it gets like crazy when everything explodes and everybody starts killing each other. That was a really good episode. I think that's the season finale, the 12th episode. And then when season 2 begins, it's like 1 year later. So you skip forward and Cassian's like a full blown like super spy now. And he's like the part I'm at right now, they're in space France. It's just space France. They're wearing berets. They have French / German accents, and Cassian is there as like a slightly flamboyant like fabric salesman or a designer, like a clothes designer. And to watch him flip it back and forth, he'll be like, "Oh, how wonderful it is to be here! I've dreamt of coming to Gortash my entire life." The people that are following me aren't very good at their jobs. They're just drawing attention. You didn't even ID me. You don't even know who I am. I could be working for the Empire. you're gonna get yourself killed.
I could be French. Sure.
Well, anyway, it's been a wonderful being here. La 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 la. And it's like he's flipping it back and forth as he needs to if there's people around and stuff. I thought that was a good piece of acting. And again, like the budget is clear. Like you see so much, everything is slick. The special effects don't like draw attention to themselves. All of the little monkey men and like polar bear girls and shit. You're like, oh my God, that looks like a real polar bear man there. All right, they did a good job here. Forrest Whitaker's there.
Prequel to the Star Wars universe.
So this is it's 2 seasons, self-contained, and it is the prequel to the movie Rogue One. The movie Rogue One is the prequel to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, which is the one made in the 70s with Luke Scott. Yes.
Yeah.
So this all leads right into that with the you're watching Cassian Andor become a super spy and get plugged into the spy network that's being funded by political activists and senators, and it all culminates with them acquiring and passing on the building plans for the first Death Star. And Rogue One furthers that. It's more of that. And then, of course, in Episode 4, the plans for the Death Star are given to Obi-Wan, who's there with Luke, and they begin their journey to then go and destroy the Death Star.
I'm never going to watch any of those Star Wars movies or shows because it feels like the people I see reviewing it or talking about it, like the hardcore Star Wars fans, are always so anti. They're like, this is gay. It doesn't match up with like the lore of XYZ. And I'm not familiar enough to even pretend in the Star Wars world.
It's become super woke and weird in a lot of ways. I saw that
the black lesbian thing. I literally thought you were joking with me when you brought that up to me the first time. And you're like, no, here's a scene of a bunch of black lesbians being like, yeah, we control the Force. I was like, okay, well, this is kind of weird.
So it's one of those things where like you gotta, because of Disney Plus, it's become very bastardized. That business model is weird and wonky, and they greenlit like so many shows. There's 3 seasons of The Mandalorian and like maybe 2 seasons of Ahsoka. There's something called there's Bad Batch, which is like the spinoff of the Clone Wars. That's just the Bad Batch of clones. Each of them's like there's a giant clone and like a sneaky clone. Like, instead of being normal, they're the Bad Batch. They're like the mismatched ones.
Sense.
Yeah. That's all animated. And then there's Acolyte. That's the one with the black witches, I think. And then there's another one called like Spare Bones or Bare Bones or something with Jude Law. I didn't watch that. Then there's an Obi-Wan show that's at least 1 season, maybe 2. That's just so Obi-Wan Kenobi's life.
Isn't it bizarre how like culture kind of stopped? I'm serious. Like as far as like pop culture, like it stopped. It was Marvel movies for 25 years, Star Wars reimagined. They bring back Lord of the Rings and totally bastardize it.
It didn't stop though.
Avatar, which wasn't even a good movie when I saw that in theaters in high school. It was like, this is fine, I guess.